green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People want to know when Mace, Potts, and Dave win. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot. You'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter right. Turn it up.
All right, Coach, under hazy, overcast L.A. skies, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson, California. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Indianapolis Colts and the Los Angeles Chargers. Badgley now to kick this one away. This is Marlon Mack, third-year running back, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. This Week 1 matchup between the Colts and the Chargers, there are a couple of ties between the two franchises. Of course, Colts head coach Frank Reich, he spent 2 seasons as the Chargers offensive coordinator in 2014 and 15. Then he would have 2 years as the Eagles OC before coming to Indianapolis. But also, Colts fans, they do not have good memories of the 2007 and 2008 seasons, both times losing to the Chargers in the playoffs when they felt like they had a team that could have gone to the Super Bowl. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Brissett. And he connects with Ebron. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's see what you got.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. This a give to Mack running to the right. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's Brissett. Ebron caught left side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brissett. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 20-yard line. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the 1st.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Brissett. They'll run the screen with Mack. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape. or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
And he's got his man Hilton. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you've got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback? Or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip away at their timing so things aren't as precise as they've been so far in this game.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. Taking it in from a yard out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Gordon, a Pro Bowler for the 2nd time last season, 885 yards, 10 touchdowns, and that was only in 12 games played a season ago. And he also switched jersey numbers in the offseason from 28 to 25, and 25, that's the number he wore when he was dominating the Big Ten college gridiron for the Badgers of Wisconsin. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Just like that.
Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 2nd down, a little more productive than 1st. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. They'll face a 3rd down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, Rivers. Open man, it's Allen. Yeah, he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A Charger 1st down. Rivers hooking up with Allen.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the 1st drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Gordon, and he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
On 2nd and 7, Rivers. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
58, right over there, right over there.
Hey, Alpha!
58, right there.
Get on!
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
So on 4th down, on comes the Charger kicker, Michael Badgley. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. The Chargers, a team that's really been plagued by poor field goal kicking the last decade or so, but I think they feel they've solved their problems with Badgley.
I would say so. He went 15 for 16 in 10 games last season, undrafted out of Miami. And remember, he had 5 field goals in the playoffs against the Baltimore Ravens.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
The versatility of Derwin James comes right into play there. Whether he's playing deep safety or playing close to the line of scrimmage, always a threat to get around the ball carrier and put him on the ground. The surprise to me on draft night, that he lasted to the number 17.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Darius Leonard, last year's leading tackler as a rookie in the NFL, in on the stop.
58 for Mike. 58 for Mike. Here we go. 58.
Go.
58.
On 3rd down, Rivers gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
A first red zone opportunity here for the Chargers. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Now Gordon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Rivers hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Here's Mack. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Throwing on 2nd down. Brissett. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Thomas Davis.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
You got to be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Looking to throw on second down. Brissett finding Paris Campbell, and there's Campbell's first NFL catch. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 40.
First down, Indianapolis.
They'll run on first down. Mack. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Looking for Funchess, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Following the interception here, Rivers. And right side, Henry's got it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. He's got the first down and more past midfield. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards on the ground. So all of a sudden with that run, maybe now a chance for points here.
It's a total mind shift, isn't it? Because what you were saying before was, hey, let's just get out of here, get the half over with. Instead, we can get some points now.
To throw is Rivers. Allen's got it over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Throwing, Rivers. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Badgley's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
They'll throw now on the final play. Looking deep downfield. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. To to throw on third down. Rivers. Benjamin with it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Rivers to Benjamin. Good for the Charger first down.
You ain't going nowhere.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A first down throw here for Rivers. Henry's got it out on the left side. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Well, last year, Henry really looked poised for a prime breakout season, but then May 22nd, tore his ACL during OTAs, ruled out for the year. Actually was added to the active roster in a pretty heroic return for their playoff clash with New England, but did not play. 29 career games for Henry, 12 touchdowns, and now with Antonio Gates' career coming to a close, they expect a lot out of the 24-year-old Hunter Henry. And he'll be taken down, but first he gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A big play there by Gordon. Give him 42 yards on the ground.
Chargers, first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
Extra white 90. Black 11.
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers have taken the lead. And now Rivers will lead the Chargers up to go for 2. Rivers. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run with Mack. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
That defensive front four has been very good. They have just not let the running game get going, have they?
Not at all. In fact, the entire offense just looking a little bit out of sync in this one.
Yeah, sometimes this is why coaches like 4-down defensive linemen. They feel like they can cover more ground when defending the run.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Looking deep for Hilton. And this is going to be incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down. Following the penalty, here's Gordon. A good positive play there, 9 yards, but still 3rd and long.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
All right, 180.
58, come on. 65, 65, 65.
On third down, Rivers going deep here into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
A run by Mack to start the drive. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Desmond King making the tackle.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. On 2nd and 9, Brissett caught left side by Funchess. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. 27 yards there, a first down.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. He's stopping.
On first down, it's Mack. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Everyone's got.
From the 38, Brissett. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Brissett now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Brissett. Going for the deep. That's caught inside the 20. 36 yards on the play.
A gain of 36 yards. First down, Indianapolis.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back now at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Mack, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
His throw caught right around the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal. Looking to run with Mack. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here? Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. Brissett to throw for it on 4th. And that is incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Chargers hold tight down near the goal line. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful. Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Another toe for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. He's going to have the first down past the 20 and all the way up to the 35-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones. He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games. Now Gordon on first down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. There to stop him was Darius Leonard. Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On second down, it's Gordon. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10. I would expect to see some pressure here. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling. Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive. A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone. And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. So not quite out of danger just yet. Still backed up a bit, but only need a few inches here on second down. Brissett. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. Well, they had the right down and the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way that they had envisioned. No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not that bad, but a loss like that, you can't take a sack there. Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. From the gun, here's Brissett. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
58 to Mike, 58.
Now Brissett on 4th down. And no, it's incomplete. Adrian Phillips there to knock that one away. So instead of the incredibly obvious choice of trying to punt it out near midfield, now they left their defense with no margin for error.
No, zero. And I don't care how much confidence you have in your defense. I don't care if you say, hey, I'm going to be aggressive because those guys can pick me up. You really put them in an impossible situation because at the least you're giving up 3 in that situation, right? So I would have punted the ball out of there and given them a little bit of a cushion.
One man in the backfield, that's Gordon, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Get 180! 180! Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Orange 5-4.
58, right over there, yeah.
Hey, Echo.
Right there.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
No.
Behind!
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, and he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
Badgley able to punch this one through. And that now makes this a 15-7 game. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They go play action with Brissett. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And he comes back with one complete. And it's a fumble, and picked up by the Chargers. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on. And that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Yeah, the opportunity squashed. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. A gain of 3, 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin.